Molo Sani Bonani, how's it? Hey ta, I'm Tim Modise, and this is the final episode of ZANEWS for this season. But don't despair, life goes on, and I'm sure we'll be back. So until we meet again, we are looking into our crystal ball and bringing you the hottest breaking news of the next few months. My guests today are Helen Zille and Lindiwe Mazibuko.
You have to call Miss, right, Miss?
Ndiwe, I told you I'm not a teacher, and you can call me Helen.
Oh, Miss, you're so funny.
And more of this in a moment. But now it's time to look into my crystal ball and what's so funny?
You said you had a crystal ball. Oh my word, that's so blind. Miss, did you hear that? He said he had a crystal ball.
Ndiwe.
First up, will the ANC fiddle with the Constitution, as it has hinted? Okay, so here is the freedom of the media. And here is the independence of the judiciary. Oh, and we mustn't forget land reform.
No. We must give the land back to the people, even if they don't want to be farmers. They were pushed off the land against their will in 1913, and now we must push them back onto it against their will 100 years later.
Gwede, you know what? I've just remembered. We need a 2/3 majority to change the constitution.
No. Well, right.
Okay, but a lot of people voted for us.
A lot.
And stay with me here. The maths is going to get complicated. Is it fair to say that everyone who voted for the ANC voted for the ANC?
Yes.
So, is it fair to say that 100% of the ANC votes went to the ANC?
Yes.
And really, we were only doing this to help the ANC voters?
Absolutely.
So, therefore, we actually got 100% of the vote that counts.
Brilliant.
We are actually going to need a paper shredder. You know, a shredder? And now to Zimbabwe. Does it have a future, or will it be chucked in the dustbin of history? President Mugabe, your ZANU-PF colleagues have confirmed that you want polls this year. Can you risk holding elections when you are so old and so insane? Elections? Good gracious, my boy, what are you talking about? But you say you want polls. Yes, polls, the kind where loose women from the Ukraine slide up and down for money. Mr. Mugabe, I'm pretty sure your party was talking about elections, not strippers. Oh, for goodness sake, Tim! Happy joy. When you said you wanted polls, did you mean elections or strippers?
Elections, Mr. President? We want elections.
Would you like to try again? But this time, before you answer, please remember that I have your wife and baby tied up in my wine cellar.
We want elections, Mr. President. We want strippers, sir. Obviously strippers.
You see, Tim, there is no danger of democracy breaking out here anytime soon. What would you say to your party members if they wanted to have an election? I would give them antibiotics in case they had been infected with homosexuality, and then I would probably hit them with a brick. The government is dangling a lot of honey out there, and the flies are bound to come buzzing sooner or later.
Hello, Monsieur le Président. Thank you so much for agreeing to meet with me.
Not at all. As you know, we would like to spend 300 billion rand on new nuclear power stations.
Excuse me, Monsieur. when you said 300 billion, I pooped a little in my pants, but everything is under control now.
So, please, explain to me this process of nuclear fission.
Well, it is a very safe chain reaction, whereby we give you this suitcase full of money. We take the paper trail and we burn it in a reactor, and that generates electricity.
It sounds so exciting, but I will not take a bribe.
You are a very honesty man.
No, it's just that there is an official procedure for accepting bribes. It's called the Ministry of Public Works in Limpopo.
If I give them this money, will we get the contract?
You will get some kind of contract for sure. It might not be for building nuclear plants, though. It might just be for supplying bandages.
For 300 billion? Mon Dieu! I thought my friends in the arms industry were teasing me when they said that South Africa is like a giant cash machine operated by idiots.
No, they were not joking. Wait, hang on. That was a bit insulting.
Croissant?
Yummy.
And finally, to my guests, Helen Zille and Lindiwe Mazibuko. The DA has lost a bit of ground over the last few months with the Occupy Rondebosch fiasco, the chairman's peak debacle, and various controversies around compulsory HIV testing and so on. Any plans to turn this around in the future?
Tim, yes, absolutely. You know, in fact, we realized that many of our voters are middle-class people who were young in the 1980s. So we've actually put together a reality TV show that appeals directly to them. You know, a lot of people say that myself, Lindiwe, and Patricia remind them of their favorite TV show.
The Powerpuff Girls?
Well, I was going for Charlie's Angels, but there's actually another show that was even more popular here in the 80s. Can I show you our pilot episode?
By all means. Roll it.
In 2009, a crack opposition party won the Western Cape after ANC voters just couldn't commit. These women promptly moved into maximum security estates in the Cape Town suburbs. Today, still disliked by the government, they survive as politicians. If you have a problem, if you can get Helen Zille to stop checking her Twitter account, and as long as it doesn't involve Rondebosch or Chapman's Peak, maybe you can call on the DA team.
I love it when a plan sort of comes together via a coalition.
I'm not just window dressing, you know, really, I'm not.
Occupied? I pity the fool.
I love it. But where is Howling Mad Murdoch?
Oh, that's Diane Kohler-Barnard, but she wasn't available for the shoot because she's away on an anger management course.
Well, that's a wrap for our show and for this season of ZANEWS. But hopefully we'll be back. Why are we doing this? Because here we can. Until we meet again, this is Tim Modisa saying hamburger, hle, dot scenes, and futek.